food versus 36. But look at that. Howl of Terror. The True Shot Aura negated. I have a lot of armor here. Focusing him is not a good idea, but... Hey everyone, so this is a personal favorite strategy of mine. Shoutouts to Tower Taker, who I watched this from lately, right? He plays it a lot on his stream. It's that Shadow Hunter into Pitlord. And I think it fares pretty well, actually, against this Night Elf Tier 1 Obsession. So I think this is a pretty good example of the strategy and how actually Shadow Hunter has a little more DPS than you'd think and is a pretty good hero pick if you know or have a good read they're not going to go Demon Hunter. I hate Shadow Hunter first pick when they go Demon Hunter, but versus Keeper of the Grove and Priestess, it's not that bad. Anyways, take a look at this video and please subscribe if you enjoy it. Thanks. Ooh, Night Elf. So, no Fire Lord here. We don't always go Fire Lord. You know, this game, the reason we don't go Fire Lord on this map in particular is because we're afraid of Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove versus Fire Lord is a situation I haven't quite cracked yet. I think sometimes you want to go summons, like you actually want to go the elemental spawns versus Keeper of the Grove because you still show up just as aggro, but now if you get there fast enough, the Keeper of the Grove just has the trees and you have the elementals and your whole goal is feed on the trees. Like you're just farming the trees and the Keeper is trying to like really make sure you don't split with wisps. See, but that's the other thing. I just really hate getting elementals versus Night Elf. But what? Lo and behold, I'm not doing any of that. I'm going Shadow Hunter. So what we're going to see is this is my response to mass Night Elf Huntresses, right? Like, we all know Huntresses are getting us down. So I'm a big Tower Taker fan. Shoutouts to the original Orc Tower God. I always love players that bring some original play to the game. But I've watched so many of their Shadow Hunter games. I respect the Shadow Hunter in a DPS. The Priestess of the Moon here does not. But the Shadow Hunter has incredible high DPS in the earliest stage of the game because of wards. And this is what you're going to see right here. I can be not afraid of this Keeper, of this Priestess of the Moon right now because of the DPS you get when you do this little micro trick. You control click allows you to control the wards. Do I get the deny? Yes. Control click allows you to control the wards and focus on the hero. So do you see that? Control click, get all the wards, focus on the hero there. And thankfully he also got stunned by the sea elemental, but just to let you guys know, you can focus fire with the wards. Now you wouldn't think so because you can't really use them, but you have to control click and then you get all of them. So that's what you saw there. That damage on the Priestess was unexpected but magnified thanks to the stun. So what are we doing? Well, with Shadow Hunter first, we're of course going a Pitlord afterwards. Now the reason we're going Pitlord is because all the items we're farming, like the ring, the slippers, that's going to go on the Pitlord. Now the Tome of Knowledge, I wish that could go on the Pitlord. In theory, I could save it there for him, but that's too risky. I don't want to lose that. Now we see a really fatal decision this game. Change things for me, but yep, my opponent, Mass Huntress, the Mass Tier 1. So thankfully, my opponent is playing into my strategy here, and that's why these are ladder climbing strategies that I'd like to have in my back pocket. I think they make me a more robust player to be able to, pull out these strategies. But look at the creeping you're allowed to do with these wards. So we get level 2 healing wave because we're eventually going to support the Pitlord. Now that we're tier 2, who do we get? I come from the darkness of the pit. Now, here is my mistake, guys. I forget to skill cleave. To skill cleave. Look at my Pitlord. So strong, so tanky. I don't even have cleave this fight. So let's see how long it takes me to get cleave. 2 wasted autos. 3 wasted autos. 4 wasted... Okay, now I skill cleave. Not bad. So we have cleave here. And we're getting in a lot of damage. So this is good, right? Not bad. Look at this damage right here. This is why we go the Pitlord. Now the Pitlord does eventually die here. I don't get the scroll here, but not bad. Damage on the Huntresses and only a level 1 hero. So that is a little hint of what's to come, right? Name me another hero at tier 2 that can do this much damage to Night Elf tier 1. And don't even get me started on Howl of Terror. So let's continue to creep. And we're doing so on behalf of the Pitlord. So come on, Pitlord, come get this experience. Yeah, get some of that solo experience. Sentry Ward's not the best item there. We were hoping for some upgrades, but Tome of Strength, good. We're just tanking, trying to get real tanky. We have the armor upgrade for the Huntress. Okay, and we're getting, obviously, Witch Doctors. Bring up protection 5, nice. So we got a tanky Pitlord here. Would be nice if this guy went back to work. And let's see how this goes. We have a real huge swath of army for my opponent. What is this? How much food? 43 food versus 36. But look at that. Howl of Terror. The True Shot Aura negated. I have a lot of armor here. Focusing him is not a good idea, but it's just hard for the Huntresses to safely amass because I get a lot of AoE too. Another level 2 heal wave is coming up, and all of a sudden, man, this mass Huntress is looking just, where's your healing at? Where's your Alchemist at, to be honest? Alchemist would be a much more potent second hero when facing the Pitlord because you have so much AoE damage. And you definitely have to press the offensive here. You know, I have the rings. We have the Howl of Terror. So, look, you either +2 or -2. Yep. Ooh, double kill. 2 at a time. Grunts feel like superheroes with level 1 armor and Howl of Terror, right? Put the Pitlord in front. Always be sure to get the Pitlord in front. Yeah, you're just doing tons of damage here. Level 1 ward, surprisingly easy to spam. Level 2 ward, significant power spike at this stage. And this is just value in. Now this is an interesting stage of the game, right? Like, I'm being a little lazy here in my approach, but let's go. We eventually get the double kill here, right? Ooh, yeah. My opponent's sticking around valiantly. I love the save here with the Priestess of the Moon. But eventually to no avail. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Both my heroes are eventually forced to retreat. Hey, talk about a game for backpack, right? But nah, I'm just deciding in my infinite wisdom to, let's just play this sweet and easy. We've already expanded. We got a level 3 Golgonosh. Feeling nice. Shadow Hunter. Getting mana. Now we're going in for the big kill, right? But we decide to get some items first. And Ancient of Lore. Now, with the heavy armor is here, but isn't it funny that you got heavy armor, but I have Witch Doctors. So was it really an upgrade? Like, the Huntresses would be better. I guess not against the Serpent Ward. So, you know, versus Elf now, we gotta diversify our damage types. The Wards, good against the Dryads. The Witch Doctors, good against the Huntresses. And the Pitlord, I mean, good against everything else. Look at this tank of a hero. This is a very unstoppable army at this point. Yeah, just, it's hard to miss micro when everything's stunned and doing little damage. And the wards, like every second my opponent stays in this fight, not dealing damage with the wards, like they just do more damage. Yeah. And then I have a demo. Beautiful, beautiful way to beat double Ancient of War. Just Golgonosh him, right? Just be sure to Golgonosh him. Yeah, nice. But not all is bright in the land of Nick, Oldhead. No, no. What broke the win streak? And I gotta learn from it. So let's see. Let's do a real comparison. We're learning here. Orc versus Orc. Now, my barracks is faster than yours. My altar faster. No. So, but what is your resources like? 220. I am 255, 20. You're 15, 21. You're 16, 21. So you have an additional peon. I'm behind on building a peon. But I build a grunt first. You build a grunt. I think creeping here would have been nice, but let's see what happens. So, the future is ours. As you see, Farser comes out to play, and my opponent is already creeping. I decide to creep their side, get a Slippers of Agility, feel great. They decide to scout with Mirror Image. They do so. I see my opponent. Now, what do I decide to do? He mirror images, my opponent mirror images, and I'm attacking the real image. I'm just kind of dividing up my damage, but we're attacking the real image. He has a lot of salves, but yeah, why not? We just hit the real image. Now we're hitting damage on the grunt. Okay, so all in all, not too bad. Yeah, you know, we're doing the thing. We haven't fed any wolves yet. Still haven't fed any wolves yet, but our grunts are taking some damage, and we don't have salves. So this is maybe the thing. Okay, this is bad. Our grunts are losing damage, and we're not really doing anything effective. We kill a peon.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh no, we block our own grunt. We kill a grunt there with the wolf. Do we deny this grunt? Just deny the grunt. Oh no, I try to solve it. Oh, it's so scary. I try to deny the grunt, but I just help him kill it. Oh, very unfortunate. So that was a big deal, right? Misplaying that sucks. Should have just sent the grunt off this way, all into the wind, not kept him in the ring around the rosy. But my opponent spent a lot of money on salves. Tech's faster than me, though. So my opponent's tech's way faster than me. This is a thing that I really need to get on. It's causing me MMR loss. So how is my opponent's tech so much faster than me? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's happening? Alter. Yep. And you're on wood. Am I on wood yet? I'm on 2 on wood. You're 3 on wood. 4 on wood. 5 on wood. 6 on wood. Oh, I built a voodoo lounge. So do you. So 2020, and I'm at. Wow. Is that it? Is it because I have 2 grunts? Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, I have such less lumber peons. And I get a second burrow. Alright, so he attacks and then gets second burrow. So this is, this food here is not in my service. I get the extra food here. So what? I can build additional grunts. I'm on my 3rd grunt. Still not getting wood here. So tech is slow. Tech is slow. You can't have that tech slow of a tech in Orc Mirror, and I'll show you why. Because all this micro, I see now why I sometimes lose Farseer versus Orc. Because you can't have Farseer and a slow tech and harass. Because now I have a low grade Farseer and a slower tech. I have so little advantages here. He's already creeping a Shadow Hunter. Oh, now I remember this game. Dude, look at this Shadow Hunter. So I'm creeping, but so are they. They're creeping bigger than me, of course. They have higher tech units than me. I'm just researching things. They already have units out. Pretty decent attack on me, because I can do some damage here. But let's see what happens in this fight. We immediately chain lightning because we want to kill the raider. Okay. I don't mind him focusing on my Farseer because I have a scroll of TP. Do we kill the raider? We kill the raider. We get a stun. What do we lose? We lose a wolf. That's fine. Grunt is microed away. Maybe prematurely, but that's fine. Don't lose my TC. That's bad. Grunt got surrounded. Speed scroll gets me out. Then they get spirit lanes. Doing damage on the Shadow Hunter now. Lost 2 grunts needlessly here. That one was already microed out. Yeah, why am I staying in this fight? He's near his base getting reinforcements. I'm losing everything. And now I TP. Okay, yeah, so just so late TP. Didn't need to lose any of that. Could have TP'd a lot faster. I think if I look back critically, I was so dialed in on fighting, I forgot my original plan of just waste their time, buy time for you to creep. It would have been nice to, the moment they come back, TP and creep this without those losses, without giving them experience. So, alright, my opponent's doing the wise thing, just creeping, and so am I. But at this point, the Shadow Hunter just keeps getting items. Oh my god. Pendant of Mana again. My first walker down. Yeah. My tech building's down. I do finish the creep though, so in terms of heroes, I've clawed back in terms of hero strength, but just barely. And both of my tech buildings destroyed. Not the worst thing. I'll just build them again. And we're going for a fight because we feel like we have Spirit Link. And I think this does work well. Spirit Link's a real game changer. And I have some nice magic DPS. You can see I actually do a lot of good magic damage on the grunts here. So this is a good fight for me, I think. For the lack of Shadow Hunter healing, I see how it's becoming an issue. You know, the Shadow Hunter has so much mana, and one more healing is really effective here. Miss micro there, so we lose the walker. Could have just saved it in corporeal form. Second set of dire wolves, okay, on the raiders, good. Grunt down, wolf down, set of stasis words. Both of these doctors can live, but this is a tough situation for sure. Tauren Chieftain should have ran towards the stasis mine, right? Not away from it. But this is all easy to say when you're armchairing it. I'm actually trying to play and like micro and macro, but hey, just like we thought, Spirit Link can help you do this, but look how many low elf units we have. Oh my gosh. So I'm fighting, but you know, we have made some boneheaded mistakes, and this is what you can't be. You can't be going toe to toe with the Blade Master player, because the Blade Master player is going to creep faster than you, going to do things faster than you, and they have Blade Master. So, you know, I get some decent coverage here. I get the Shredder because we need wood, but my opponent already has Taurens. Ahead of me on tech again. And I'm going to need tier 3 to win or have any chance. Farm some creep experience here. And what am I? Oh, I'm trying to get some kills as well. Experience. But not bad Blade Master. Slippers of Agility. Oh, look at the mana. Look at the. It's just so much mana. There's so much mana. It's very hard to contend with this. I get my Tiny Expo, and I mean, this is it. Tiny Expo was really. Maybe I do the top Expo. That's better. But this fight's decent because look at the magic damage on the Tauren. Magic damage on the Tauren is not bad. The stasis wards are getting focused, but every time you focus a stasis ward, you're not getting hit on me. Really need... If this fight I just had tier 3. Oh, so close. I just need to not fight here. Oh my god, this is really unfortunate. I just need to not fight here until Witch Doctor Master Training. Yeah, I had this game won actually with the miss... If I just stall out another late TP by me, so... I feel less bad about this loss. Watching it, I knew something about this felt bad. Like, wait a minute, I have the better army. I have Master Docs. You're not going Master Docs in today's meta. I lose. But it's because I fight that huge late game fight before I have Master Docs. I'm able to then essentially speed farm his Blade Master to level 5. And now it's level 5 Blade Master, and I don't have like infinite mana on my TC. I need to like mana up on my TC if this is gonna work. Trying to pick this fight's crazy. Tauren here. Oh no, Tauren. You should be fighting here. I'm just fight a second Tauren. I'm trying to kill the Shadow Hunter here. Look, it's my only chance. Get some lucky stasis ward timing. And I even sometimes think I get it. Look at this. Stasis ward. Oh man, if only I had another stomp. But nah, dude. So much damage. Both of these units just sitting there AFK. Healing is keeping me in this game, but my healing ward versus his Shadow Hunter, and then he Tiny Great Halls, yeah. GG. Just a couple misplays. Overall, the late Taurens are pretty good, but I have the superior magic caster damage with Witch Doctor, so you see the focus fire happening. Light armor doesn't take extra damage from magic, so the heavy armor does though. So these Taurens are, you know, they're kind of feeding my units here. I feel like if I had a Fire Lord to do something against a Blade Master, it would have been effective. But Blade Master DPS, what can you say? GG's to Fantax. I know I played you before, but nice Blade Master control. GG. GG. Didn't even type in the GG. Jeez, salty sailor I am. If you liked this video, if you enjoyed any of these videos, thank you. If you love Warcraft 3, you're definitely in the right place. Follow if you haven't. Subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't. We also sometimes stream on Twitch, so if you like that, Nick Oldhead at Twitch. You know, let me know in the comments if you guys have any good like matches I should see. I'm always trying to see some back usage, obviously, some nice niche heroes. So thanks for the follow and enjoy RTS. See you guys later. Bye.